So this week we have America's Test Kitchen, Nutritious and Delicious, and we're going to be making M.L.Ts. You've heard of B.L.Ts, now it's time for the M.L.T. Alright, so as the name suggests, we're making an M.L.T, and the name of the game here is mushrooms. We're using portobello mushroom caps, and I don't usually show prep, but one of the things I wanted to show you is it says to de-gill your mushrooms. And if you're not sure how to do that, just take a spoon and then just scrape this bottom kind of under area out and clean that all up. All right, so once we get this all ready to go, we're going to slice these portobello mushroom caps into about 1/2 inch thick slices, and when you come back, we're going to put that on the heat. All right, so we're going to start off with a good tablespoon of a nice olive oil. We're going to let that guy get really comfortable in the pan there and nice and warm. And then the recipe says to use a shallot. I couldn't find any at the grocery store, so I found about 1/8 of an onion. It's kind of around the same size. Now we're going to cook that until it kind of gets translucent and softens up. Okay, so now that our onions are starting to soften up, our sliced portobello mushroom caps, de-stemmed and de-gilled, are going to go inside of there. And we're also going to add about 1/2 teaspoon, or exactly 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to cover the pan, and we're just going to let this cook on medium until it kind of starts to shuck its water. So we're not browning anything at this point. We're just trying to drive that water out of there. So at this point, my audio mic kicked out, so I'm going to be doing voiceover for the rest of the video. Idiot. So now there's no more water in the pan. It's all dried up, so we're taking the lid off, and we're going to bump the heat up to a medium high. And then at this point, all we're going to try to do is just get some browning, some Maillard reaction on top of the portobello mushroom slices. Now we've got some browning on the mushrooms, and at this point we can toss in about 1 clove of garlic minced up and about 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. And we just want to get this heated up to the point where we can smell it. And it takes like no time at all. The recipe said about 30 seconds. I found within about 10 seconds it was ready to go. And then we're going to take this off the heat, and then we're going to let the mushrooms cool about 10 minutes or so that we can put them into the sandwich. After this, let's go make our sauce and our spread for the sandwich. Time to get the avocado out of the peel and into the bowl. Do not do what I did here. Idiot. For God's sakes, please use a spoon to get your avocado out. All right, now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of just a plain Greek yogurt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to mash this all up and make a spreadable paste. All right, now that we've got our spread ready to go, it's time to toast some bread, get the tomatoes sliced, and get some arugula ready. All right, so we got some toasted bread. It's just kind of whatever I had laying around. We're going to apply our avocado spread on one of the pieces of toast. Now we're going to go over and get our cooled mushrooms off the stove. The smell of the smoked paprika is still really present, so I'm kind of curious to see how this is all going to come together. And just in case you're wondering, this serves 4. And each sandwich comes in at around 310 calories. So we have our sliced tomatoes. Pro tip, or my tip, always salt your tomatoes before you put them in your sandwich or anything you're going to use. Trust me, it enhances the flavor of tomatoes dramatically. So we're going to throw our 2 salted tomatoes down. A good spread of that peppery arugula. Get it all packed nice and tight. And now we're going to cut it up for plating. All right, now as you can see, it all kind of comes together really nicely. And I present to you an M.L.T. So this would be the part where you can hear and watch me do the final taste test. But obviously, since my mic isn't working, we can't do that. So what I can say about this dish is I'm not a mushroom fan to begin with. And I quite actually enjoyed this. The texture is a little soft for my liking in a sandwich in the middle, where a meat or something normally would be. But the portobellos with the smoked paprika do have kind of a, like I said, like a meat kind of flavor and kind of richness to it. But mixed with the avocado that really kind of pulls it all together. It's very, very tasty, very easy to make. So America's Test Kitchen, Nutritious Delicious, M.L.T. I would make this anytime. Give it a try. The link to buy the book will be in the playlist description.
Subscribe for more Cookbook Roulette adventures.